But Eric, when we get to central office, one of the big things that people don't understand is there is a lot of legal stuff that we have to go through, and it's changed so much with having speakers come into the school. You have to do background checks, they have to do all kinds of stuff. So working in your position, what kind of relationship do you have, and what kind of collaboration do you have with the legal department in your school district to make sure that every end is covered from that standpoint?
Keith, this is a great question, because by developing strong relationships with my legal department and risk management, this has increased the quality of physical education teaching in our district. And what I mean by that is being able to pick up the phone, send an email, walk in someone's office and talk to some of your legal representatives, your attorneys, and the people that oversee risk management. They got to understand that physical education is a content area, that there are standards and benchmarks and goals that teachers need to cover and teach. There are daily objectives. There are lessons. So once we were able to show them, hey, this is state-approved content and materials. We do assessments. Here are the do's and don'ts of what should be taking place in a PE classroom. No free play days, using equipment, using the space as needed, put the bleachers away. This has been probably my biggest success in my almost 14 years at district level, is working with risk management and legal, because they speak physical education language. They speak standards and benchmarks. They understand what takes place. They know that it's not athletics and it's not physical activity and it's not recess. They know that it's quality instruction. So I have risk management and legal come and present as often as I can to my physical education teachers. And sometimes they bring some specific examples of some bad situations that have taken place over time, and how we can correct them as teachers. But they have been one of the biggest. These groups have been some of the biggest advocates for quality physical education in Palm Beach County.
That's amazing to have them come and show your PE teachers what is good, what's right, and what we don't have to bail you out from, right? Because we do have a whole lot of liability. And you go back to your last little answer about being part of your state and national associations. I know when you join NC Shape here, you get an extra level of protection legally in case somebody gets hurt in your classroom. So it's advantageous to join one of your.
As long as you're not in the wrongdoing.
Correct.
Right. So, but that is really good advice, because we have not done that in our large school district, but often I have to give my expert opinion on, do we fight this or do we not fight this, Kim? When it becomes a PE, is it appropriate practice or was it an inappropriate practice? And so it's about 50-50, the ones that I've reviewed, but you've given me something to think about, is having our legal and risk management team come to our teacher training. And so Keith and Andrew, let's put that on the radar, that we're going to provide that type of training. That's awesome. And I bet you not many people do that, Eric. That's really good advice.
That's awesome.
Well, Kim, one thing that is very helpful is that when legal or risk management requests attendance from professional development training and your agendas, I've been able to go back from accidents that happened 5, 6, 7 years ago that maybe just come to a lawsuit. And they've said, could you pull your attendance from 7 years ago? And let's see if these teachers were in attendance. And it's worked both ways. Yes, they were in attendance, so it helped them out. Or no, they weren't in attendance. And it shows them, maybe it's not as strong of a case as they might need.
That's awesome. Okay.
That's a great nugget of advice right there.
And one of the other things you said is you're getting other departments to speak our language. How often do we get that? That they really understand the landscape of PE and health. So that's amazing.